Hey everyone, so I'm actually going to show you what I believe is the best guns for MW2 Beta. I promised I would get some videos out. I'm going to get them out today. This is the first one, and what I believe is just simply the best weapons. And I know there's been a lot of talk about the the Hurricane. There's been talk about the AK-74U. There's been talk about the M4, a couple of the other guns. But these, in my mind, are just simply the best from what I've seen, based upon what is limited in terms of the release for the beta. So I'm going to show you how you do it. So the first thing about this is it's going to be a little bit frustrating for some of you because the only way you actually get access to these weapons is at level 30. It is just the best time. It unlocks the last guns. You get access to it, and it just makes the most sense once you get there. But it's a little bit of a grind. So just before we get to that, I'm going to tell you the best way to actually level. So at the beginning menu screen, you have the opportunity to pick a few different game types. Now, I did most of my leveling through quick play. There's the filter option here, as you saw before, so you could choose team deathmatch or dom or both if you like that. But the fastest way to actually level is invasion. Invasion is a little bit like playing Big Map Battle, right? We've seen it before in a couple different CODs. Feels a little bit like Battlefield. There's vehicles on it and stuff like that. It's 40v40. There's two maps in it. It's huge. It's a lot of fun. But if you win, you get massive amounts of experience in this, and it really progresses you through the levels quickly. So if you want to race to level 30 as fast as you can, Invasion, in my perspective, is what I've seen is the fastest way to do it. Now maybe I'm being crazy and it all nets out to be the same, but it feels like you get a lot of experience in evasion compared to everything else. All right, let's talk about our weapons. So, much like the other CODs, you have to hit level 4. Once you hit level 4, you can do custom loadouts like anything else. So, we're going to pick on your left side here, you have the option of choosing your loadout class, your kill streaks, and then you can do vehicle customization for things like invasion and warzone and all that stuff. But let's click on our weapon loadout. And I'm going to go over here to, this is my third loadout that I've created. So I'm going to click on this. I'm going to show you. At level 30, you actually unlock the TAQ-56. You can't use it until level 30. It unlocks at level 30, so there's nothing that I can do about that. Now, the TAQ-56 on its own, you can't level it up like you level the other guns, and some of you have probably noticed at this point already that some of the guns just simply can't level. They're just locked as they are. Same thing with the Kastov 74U or the AK-74U, as some of you may know it. It is a great base gun, and you get this one at level 16 or so. It's really great to use. But the TAQ-56 unlocks at level 30. If you see down here on the bottom when you hover over the TAQ-56, you have the Armory button. Now, I think if most of you have pre-ordered, I don't know how it works for open beta, but if you pre-ordered, you get some extra stuff, and one of them is a blueprint. You get the frontal impact blueprint. Be sure to select this like I have. So I've chosen it. Again, the TAQ-56 by itself, when you go back here, you can't level it. It's just a base scar. It's really what it is. It's a scar. But if you have pre-ordered, for sure, you can get the frontal impact blueprint. This is simply the best gun. It works in all scenarios. It shoots straight. It hits hard in the core game modes, and it works really, really well. Now, the second thing that comes up is the Lockwood MK2. So it's kind of like a marksman rifle meets a shotgun. This thing wallops. It's a lever action and it is incredible. I think it's got 5 rounds that are in it, and it hits hard. It'll one shot things at a significant distance. So I usually run it as my secondary, and I'm going to show you how you do that in just a second. I take the medical syringe in this overall build because I take a lot of heat and I like to heal myself up so I can keep on moving. It's tough in the core modes. If you're not healing yourself over and over again, it's hard on that survivability aspect. So take the medical syringe. Your lethal is entirely up to you. There's a lot of them that you could choose from. Like you've got everything from your frag grenade, proximity mine's great, thermite you've all seen, semtex, drill charge is fun. That thing will go through a lot of stuff. C4 is there, Molotov cocktail, claymore. I choose the throwing knife. Just simply, I just like it. I just like having fun throwing stuff and seeing how many kills I can get with it. And much like any other throwing knife, you can go pick it up after you've thrown it or killed somebody. So your perks. So in order for this to work, You need to have, so you, again, you can actually, in this Call of Duty, which I really like, you can create perk packages. So you remember in the old ones, you're kind of adjusting it around, moving it around the whole bit. Now you can build preset classes that you like. So if, again, maybe you like the guns, but you play differently for S&D than you do in TDM or in DOM or whatever that is, and you can actually build and save your own perk packages, which is great. But in this one, in order to be able to use the two weapons I mentioned, they're both primaries, you need to take Overkill, right? So you got to grab Overkill off the list. Second is Battle Hardened. So this reduces the stun effects from flash, stun, EMP, gas grenades, shock sticks, everything. Works much like Battle Hardened has previously, but I like it because again, I want to keep moving with the particular build that I have. Now, new for this Call of Duty, you actually earn your other two perks throughout the match. The first one I have selected is Cold Blooded. Works just like Cold Blooded has always worked. You stay off targeting systems, you don't trigger high alert, things of that nature. Drones can't spot you. It's great. This just happens based on, as far as I know, time through the game. I don't think there's any other component to it. So just on time through the game, this one comes up usually within the first 30% of the match, that the time of the match has gone through. The last one I've taken is Ghost, and we all know we love Ghost because it keeps us off the radar and works exactly like Ghost has always worked. The frustrating part about the way that the game is built right now is that if you're playing TDM, by the time you get the Ghost perk to like earn itself in the match, you're usually at like 45 or 50 out of the 75 kills. So you don't get it for very long where it actually keeps you off of the UAV. But I run it anyways because I just haven't found anything else that I love more, truth be told. And then in the end, you also have to hit level 30 for this bad boy. So field upgrades, they work like they do previously. There's lots of them that you could choose from, but you get dead silence at level 30, and it makes a difference because you hear everything. You could hear people 3 rooms away running around or even crouch walking around. Dead silence is a must, and it just comes up in cycles like the field upgrades have in the past few Call of Duties. So, I want to say it first for everybody else. Your best gun in this game right now for the limited beta is the TAQ-56, aka the Scar, with the frontal impact blueprint if you have it. If you don't have the blueprint, it still works really, really well. You just don't have the nice optic on it. You're using iron sights. Grab the Lockwood. It's a ton of fun, and you're really going to enjoy how this thing hits. There you go. That's the first video. I told you I was going to get it done for the open beta for everybody tomorrow. If you liked it, please, if you enjoyed the video, please give me a like, maybe follow, and certainly share it around with others that are trying to understand what works well. My next couple videos, I'm going to talk about the Hurricane, and I'm going to talk about the M4. Thanks for checking out the vid. See you soon.